Hi, Scrapping Clearly fans. It is Melinda with you here again today, and I am sharing a bit of a different page for me. I have been highly inspired by the amazing Shamel Lane, also known as Glitter Girl, and this is the page I'm creating. Lots of paper layers, lots of embellishment, and pretty much no mixed media. I'm scrapbooking this photo of myself and my brand new nephew, and it was the first time that I got to cuddle him. So I decided that I was going to make a 1/3 top heavy layout, and I've cut that balloon paper to 4 inches wide and marked out where that 4 inches is on that paper, and I'm just adding that washi tape. Now you can see that one side has got more of the cream showing than the other side, and I'll just use my scissors and fussy cut around that so that there was less of the cream and more of the floral. That blue star paper is a branding strip, and I'm just going to stick that down underneath between those two layers just to bring that pop of blue in, because I love that pattern. Just sticking all that down. If you're not familiar with the rule of thirds, it's just a really good place to start when you want a good strong design. So I'm going to place my photo over that third line, and then again going the other way down the page, just there. I added some stitching to those couple of paper layers just for a bit of extra texture and detail. Just going to go through my cut apart sheets here and what's left of my 6x6 paper pad, and there's not much there. I thought that I had more that I could use for layers, but I do not, which is a good thing and a sad thing at the same time when you love a collection this much. So I do have cut aparts from both the 6x6 and the 12x12 paper pad in here. That's not correct. I've got cut aparts from the 6x6 paper pad and the 12x12 papers in here, and some of my offcuts of the 6x6 paper pad. I'm just going through those, pulling out bits that I think I want to use. And then I pulled out my scraps of the 12x12 papers. That diagonal rainbow stripe was just too much. I just felt that it just got lost. The photo got lost on the page. So I decided to go with this yellow and that dark blue. I do try this paper because it has to be one of my favorites in this collection. But that blue is exactly the same color as the blue on behind the balloons, and it's very similar to the blue of the star paper at the bottom, so I decided to give it a miss on this page. Just working out all my layers here. I end up putting the yellow and then the dark blue, and then that other brighter blue is a nice contrast between all of those other things that I've got happening there. Trimming that all down, making sure I know where I want it, trimming off the excess of these cut apart sheets, and then I'm going to ink the edges of all my layers. Something else that Shamel does on the majority of her pages, and so I thought if I was gonna do a Shamel page, I should go all the way and do a Shamel page. So I'm just working out where I want my layers here, what bits and pieces I want to use. The tags from the ephemera pack, and I think that pink tag is also from the ephemera pack. It's the bottom half of another tag I've used, and it says in that pink strip, "Please handle with care." I just thought it was really cute. I'm going to use a couple of, so that's my last flare badge, and these flares are small, like they're less than an inch. No, I think they're a bit smaller than an inch. I love them. So I am going to use my last two acrylic pieces, the balloon and the flower. So excited that I got them used up, but I'm, like I said, kind of sad because soon this collection is going to be all gone. But that's okay, lots of stories told. Putting my title down with these glittery, I think they're called peacock blue stickers, and the title, you can't read it very clearly there, but it looks fine in real life. It says "First Cuddle." And here I come with my ink. I end up using the Hickory Smoke Distress ink and just inking up all the edges of all the papers and the cut parts. I decided to go with grey because this is an off-white collection, and there are a couple of greys in, I think, that paper, but there was grey somewhere in the collection as I was putting this together, and I went, yep, I'm going to use the grey. So that's how I came to that conclusion. I'm going to add a little bit of foam behind my photo for a little bit of extra dimension and shadows. And then I'm going to attach all of those layers together. And then attach that to the page. I'm going to put my journaling right there on that little, it came from a little paper pad that came with the roller stamp in this collection. And I'm going to finish building some of my clusters and then come back to the journaling. And just adding all my bits and pieces, I'm going to add a little bit of foam behind that piece just to bump it up on the side that's not on the photo. Sticking that down. Adding that hot air balloon. Again, you can't really see that, but I love the subtleness and just the extra detail that adds. Super sped up my journaling, and it says, beautiful boy, it was so special to finally hold you in my arms. Your arrival was much anticipated, and you are now and always loved. Pulled out the roller stamp that goes with this collection. And the first stamp I'm going to stamp is in the banner behind the plane, and it says hello there. Add my flare badge, shove that over a bit, and add my acrylic floral piece. Decide to play with a couple more bits of ephemera, see how I want them, how I can get them to work. I decided to pull in a couple of the paper clips. I think one has a flower on it and another has just a couple of blue stripes, but it brings that blue further around the page, and I'm going to do a bit more to add that blue. I think I've disappeared to get the stickers and the chipboard. So I've been trying to use these chipboard pieces. I love them, absolutely love them, and I just have struggled to find just the right project for it. That arrow piece doesn't look too bad there, but I don't use it. That camera, I have tried about 24 times to use it, and I love it. It's so cute, but it does make it to this page, so I'm very excited. Same as that floral, love that as well, and I've just seriously struggled to get it onto a page. I did ask my husband to come in and give me his thoughts on a couple of things, and I'm like, I just want to keep adding more and more, and he's like, just stop. But I do end up adding a little bit more. I am almost done here, but yeah, I did want to add just a bit more. I love that pop of darker blue just there. Move that around to a place where I'm happy with it, so there's not any weird trap space. And it's on a page. So I decide, I'm sorry you can't see this, but I do move it up in a second. I decide that is where that little quote and my camera are going. Tuck that in. I think I do it afterwards, but I do add a roll stitching to each of those strips. Back to the chipboard, decide no, and then I pulled out the clear stickers. Now I had actually had the thought that I was going to use that big clear hot air balloon when I first picked up that paper up the top. Then I forgot about it, and so then I add these blue stars. That one at the top ends up getting moved, and then I remembered, I was like, I wanted to use that big hot air balloon that says lovely, and it does end up on the photo, as you can see here. I put it a little bit too far down, so I'm going to pull it up and move it pull it up and move it a bit further up on the photo. It says lovely. Just some more of that blue. And then I remembered about the hot air balloon sticker, and I was having a bit of a dilemma. Do I want it over? Do I want it under? Do I want it over? My husband says put it under, and then I end up moving it back over anyway. What do husbands know? Oh, too funny. Going through checking if there's any more pieces that I want to add. And yes, I want to add more, but no, I don't think at this point I do. I add a couple of stamps, some stitching. So the date goes there, and I'm using grey ink. And then another stamp. Oh, some twine. Perhaps I add the last stamp off camera. Yeah, I add another stamp down the bottom next to the star and above the quote. It says, "Oh, happy day." I add some stitching, and I decided that I did need to add a little bit of black splatters in the end. So you can see there's a few little tiny black splatters, but that's it. That's all the mixed media I did. So I was like, wow, I haven't done this in a long time. Here are the close-ups. I really had a lot of fun putting this page together. It's something different for me, and different is always fun. So, as I said, this collection is on sale at the moment in the store, so I'll provide links in the description box below and links to the blog post. So, as always, thank you ever so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, happy scrapping. Bye!